My name is Estes, founder of TotalHemp.us. I want to show you the cannabis issue through my eyes. So these are the Cannabis Files. Cannabis File 003. Subject, Lelehnia Du Bois. 45-year cannabis community insider, publisher for Sensi Magazine, consultant and founder of Humboldt Grace, and a member of the founding advisory board of Hey Mary, a cannabis-based artificial intelligence project.
The culture that has nurtured the plant in this country for so long. I don't mean the black market that everybody knows about and, the reefer madness that people talk about, or the gangsters that people see on Vice and all those sort of things. I'm talking about the people that moved up to these hills in the 60s to create a new world, to live within community and to create collaborative communities that supported each other. And it was that kind of those values that allowed these communities to nurture this medicine for so long. We trusted each other. We could trust our neighbors. Whether you grew weed or you cut down trees, everybody had to depend on each other or you didn't survive in these communities because they were so isolated and because there was cannabis growing going on in the hills. And I think those values that made those communities so strong are really why the plant is allowing us to take so much advantage of her. I think it's this enormous economic commodity now. It has the ability to create great change. But I think in order for it to truly do that, we have to start educating those values that allowed us to grow this plant and use it as a medicine for so long and get away from the reefer madness and start really looking at the cultures and the kind of people that made the choices to use this medicine instead of what their doctors told them, and to use this medicine to live off the grid and build self-sustaining lifestyles, to use this medicine to homeschool their kids, to use this medicine to create innovative ideas. Those sort of values are what we need to share as we build an economy around this plant. I'm one of those people from this communities. I've been here for so long and embedded in this culture. And I did something that is really anti what I was taught, which is, you don't mix with big business. And I took this role on as Sensi publisher with Sensi Magazine, which is big business. The reason I did it is because it's a business that is built, as the CEO says, with heart. So that's given me a lot of hope. I'm seeing a lot of people in my own culture who did take the risk and who are getting permits and who are changing and building their businesses. I think there's a lot of businesses that have been built around this plant that have been built with those kind of values and are trying to be led by those kind of values. I think we've just been so caught up in the excitement of the movement and how do we make money to get through this and how do we build politics to get through this, that some of our movement has had to kind of sacrifice those values to get through. I also think the evolution of medical marijuana without real regulation hurt the communities that I'm talking about because we had the black market come in. It became about growing money on trees instead of building communities and healing in a lot of ways in California. And I think that made a divide in this industry. But in that divide, there's still those values. I mean, I can think of so many people right now that are, real influencers who have just as much heart, passion, as wisdom as I do, or anyone I know in my community does. So we can influence this world, positive impacts. I think the more we talk about it and the more we're given the space, I think the more people will change.
To listen to the latest Cannabis Files entry, please visit www.thecannabisfiles.us.